So I'm finna talk about gut feelings and intuition. What is intuition? That is, I believe, that is your soul telling you things that you might otherwise not know. Like if you're in a situation that, let's say you're about to be in danger. Let's say you're walking around out in the woods, and there's a bear creeping up on you because you got a tasty morsel in your pocket that he wants, and he can smell it, and you don't know he's there, and you're just walking through the woods, and you get a feeling to turn your head and look behind you, and bang, there's a bear. That's your intuition. That's your soul looking out for you, okay? Because you don't have the perception or whatever. I have a story I would like to share. Something that happened to me in my youth. We kids, back when I was in probably middle school, finna go into high school, before I got into marijuana, I have a group of friends that, none of us, we stayed out of trouble. We were good kids. And what we would like to do, since we didn't really cause any trouble, is the most trouble that we caused was going to go climb on top of the nearest school. Just to say that we did that. We didn't like mess with it or break in or whatever. We just wanted to climb on top of it just because we could. And we had hit up every school in our area except for the one school that we wandered around that school probably 15 different times trying to figure out a way up. Finally we found a way. It was via the shop equipment, the wood shop. The dust collection system was attached to the building in sort of a scaffolding sort of a manner. So it took us a little bit of doing, but we got up. There was 5 of us. The portly one, he was not quite so confident about being able to climb up this equipment, but we egged him on, and reluctantly he made an effort, and he made it up, and he got up there. And no sooner than he achieved status at the top of the building, I got this really strong feeling that we need to get down off of this building and go away from this building. That's what I felt. I don't know where it came from. I have no explanation still to this day as to why I was feeling that way. But it was also a physical feeling. Like, not only was my intuition nagging at me to perform a function and to get the fuck off the building and get off the property, but my gut was tied up in knots. It felt like I had a rock in my stomach. It felt like I had just ate a rock. And I relayed this to my friends, and they were like, "No, you're crazy. We can't. We just got up here. We need to hang out for a little bit. We've been spending all this time and effort trying to figure out how to get up on top of this particular school, and we finally got up here. There's no way we're leaving right now. What is going on with you?" And I said, "I don't know. All I know is we need to get down off this building right now." And they were like, "No, and especially the larger one. He was not, he just what got up to the building and just spent all that time and effort and energy, achieving that. And he wasn't about to go nowhere. And so finally I was like, "Okay, I'll see you guys later." And I left, and I climbed down off the building. As soon as I hit the ground, I turned around and looked, and my friends were reluctantly following me. And we all waited around for the slow one that took him a little bit of effort, and I do believe he hurt himself on the way down, but he made it down. And so we walked across the grass down onto the street, up on the other curb across the little grass, and then down behind the fence, round the corner of the fence, down into the ditch. Buddy's house was on the other side of the ditch. We were golden. We were in the dark. No sooner than the last kid got behind the fence, down into the ditch, into the darkness, out of sight, the 2 cop cars rolled up with their spotlights blaring around. Somebody must have called him or something. So, my intuition was correct. Since that event, I have never, ever ignored my intuition or my gut feeling. Every single time I do, it gets me into trouble, somehow. I do believe this is a skill that every human being can develop. All we got to do is listen. All we got to do is feel. All we got to do is look for that knowing. I use this every day. Every decision I make, I use my intuition. I ask my soul, does this resonate with me? What does it feel like? Does it feel right? No, it doesn't feel right. Okay, I'm not doing that then. I'm gonna do something else. Or maybe it does feel right. But it doesn't feel right now. So I wait. And there's a thing called divine timing. Okay, that's if you wait, if something doesn't feel right, it feels right, but it doesn't feel right now. Just wait. Your soul will let you know when is the right time. Listen to your soul. Develop your intuition. Nurture this. This is important for humanity, especially in the times that we are in, with all of the manipulations in the world. We now know that the world is run by a bunch of liars and a bunch of manipulators. They don't have our best interest at heart, okay? We as a species need to develop this skill. Each and every single one of you can do this. We all have access to this ability. It's your soul. You're born with it. You're going to carry it with you until you die. You might as well work with it. It's your instinct. This is how I believe instinct functions. Is that your soul trying to tell you what to do. It's going to steer you in the right direction every time. All you have to do is ask. Sit quietly for a moment, ask. Your first thought comes up, that's the one you go with. That's your instinct, that's your intuition. Don't overthink things like that. Just go with it. Go with the flow. Your intuition will never steer you wrong. And if it appears that it does, if it appears that your intuition led you into a shit situation, suck it up and do it. Ride it out. See it through. There's something to be learned there. Yes, it's a shit situation, but you know what? At the end of that situation, after it resolves itself, you will have learning. You will have a lesson. You will have learned. Your soul will have evolved because of this shit situation. Now, I believe that's what's happening right now in the world at large. The world at large is in a shit situation. And I believe there's really good learning here for our species to progress, and for our souls to progress and to evolve. And if you made it this far, hit the buttons. Thanks. You have a great day.